Thank you to Storyblocks for sponsoring today's video. Go to the link in the description below to learn more about Storyblocks video. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you 4 little editing tricks that I regularly use that can help you make better videos. Please keep in mind that if you consider yourself a more advanced or experienced editor, then you'll probably already know most of these tips. And if that is the case, you can check out one of my other videos up here. But let's go ahead and jump into our first editing tip, which is copying and pasting attributes. So let's say you've been working very hard on one clip in your video, you've done some effects, maybe you did a color grade, maybe you tweaked out the audio a little bit, and now you want to take those effects and everything you did to that clip and apply it to another or maybe several other clips in your video. Well, rather than going through one by one and repeating every single step on all of your other clips, you can simply select the clip you've already edited, hit Command-C on your keyboard, then select the clips that you want to add the same effects to, go up to Edit, hit Paste Attributes, and check off which effects you'd like to paste to your other clips. Now that little tip right there will save you a ton of time when you're making your edits, and what's great is that it works in both Final Cut Pro 10 and Adobe Premiere Pro. Now moving along to our second little editing trick, here is how you can fake some smooth slow motion in a clip that wasn't shot with a high frame rate. Here's a clip of my friend Tyler that was shot in 4K at 24 frames per second. I like this moment right here when he looks up from the camera, but it happens so quickly and doesn't have the dramatic look that I'm going for. If I try and slow this footage down to 20%, you'll notice that it looks choppy because there simply aren't enough frames. However, what I can do is click on this little icon here, go down to video quality and select optical flow. You can see here in my task window that Final Cut is automatically transcoding and analyzing the footage, creating new frames based on the frames that we already have. And once it's done doing its thing, here is what our clip looks like. Now if I want, I can go ahead and add some stabilization and a quick little zoom in effect, and the clip seems to have that dramatic look that I was going for. So optical flow can be a very useful tool, but you do have to keep in mind that it doesn't always work. If there's too much going on in your shot, or there's people walking by, or you have some really quick movements, chances are that when you apply optical flow, you'll end up with some weird warped looking footage. For the best results, optical flow likes nice sharp frames, so this means less movement, a clear subject, and sometimes a higher shutter speed can help as well. So our next little editing trick is using blend modes. I'm always looking for creative ways to make my videos look different or to spice up my footage, and one quick and effective way to do that is by using overlays. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this video is sponsored by Storyblocks Video. If you're ever in need of a quick video clip, whether that's some B-roll, a drone shot, an After Effects template, motion backgrounds, or overlays, Storyblocks Video has you covered because they have a huge member library full of high quality content. The best part is that their content is royalty free, so you can use it for whatever your creative needs are, if that's YouTube tutorials, vlogs, or even client work. I've actually already been a Storyblocks Video customer for a couple of years now, long before they ever reached out to me, and that's because I really like their service. So if you'd like to learn more about Storyblocks Video, feel free to go to the link down in the description below. I'll go ahead and load up the Storyblocks Video website, and I'll type in snow overlay. I'll download this one here and drag it into my timeline, and the next step is to place it over top of my video clip. Now, because we're working with an overlay that has a black background, we can change our blend mode to add, and this will remove the black, leaving just the snow intact. To make this a little more realistic, I'm going to bring in a second snow layer and put it on top of everything. I'll drastically increase the scale and lower the opacity, and this will just give us a little bit more depth. Here is what our clip originally looked like without the snow overlay, and here is what the clip looks like now. So that is just one way you can use overlays and blend modes to spice up your videos, but there are endless ways to manipulate your footage with overlays to get something entirely new and get creative with your edits. So let's use this clip here as an example of how different overlays and color grades can transform the vibe of a video. For look number 1, here is what the video looks like if we add my Suave LUT along with a snow overlay. And for look number 2, here is what the video looks like if we add my Corduroy LUT followed by a subtle dust overlay. And finally, for look number 3, here's what the video looks like if we add my velour LUT to the footage, along with a couple of funky overlays. So all of these overlays that I'm using are from Storyblocks Video, and if you're at all interested in the color grades I was using, those are from my Vintage Look 2 LUT pack, which you can check out in the description as well. So our fourth and final editing trick of the day is a little technique called corner pinning. So let's say I wanted to get a shot of my phone on my desk playing a video. Corner pinning is a really good and simple way to get the most professional and high quality result for these kinds of shots. I'll place my phone on the desk and frame it however I like, and instead of recording a video, I'm simply going to take a photo with my phone screen black. I'll bring the photo into my timeline and then drag my video clip over top of the footage, and then I'll slightly scale down the size of the video so that it's close to the size of the phone screen. Now from here, I'll be using the distort tool to pin the corners of my video to the corners of my phone screen. This will not only match the size, but also the perspective of the phone, giving a very realistic look. So those are my 4 little editing tricks for today. If you have any that you'd like to share them, please put those in the comments down below. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram at Daniel.Schiffer. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!